Hello, my name is William J. Rothwell. You can call me Bill, and today I would like to talk to you about my best known book, Effective Succession Planning. And in that book, there is a model that is pretty well known where I describe the elements of an effective succession plan. So in this video, I would like to share the basic components, the outline of that model with you so that you have a better grasp of exactly what it is. So at the top of the model, we have get commitment. And that basically means we have to convince management that succession planning is something worth doing. Not all managers are supportive of succession planning. By the way, did you know that 70% of all succession plans fail within the first 3 years of launch? And there are some common reasons why. The most common one being that succession planning is often launched as a solution to a problem that came up in the company. Like the CEO looked at all of his or her direct reports and noticed that they were all retirement eligible within a year or two. And so succession planning is launched to build a cadre of people who can be promoted from within. And if that's successful, then the company leaders lose interest in succession planning, and it goes away because they wash their hands of it and focus on other pressing problems. So my point is, when the first step of succession planning is get management commitment, and in parentheses, keep it. Because typically, when one problem is solved, new problems may well arise, such as difficulty in recruiting talent, difficulty in retaining talent, difficulty in engaging highly talented people. So management can get committed, but they need to stay committed. So that's the first step. Typically, there are several things that are covered in that step. One of those is getting the purpose of the succession program clear. Exactly what results do we want from it? A second issue we want to do is ensure accountability, that the managers know who is supposed to do what and what will happen if they do not do what they're supposed to do. What are the rewards for building bench strength in each unit? And what are the punishments for not building bench strength? We need to have some way to hold managers accountable. So step one is get commitment. Step two is get clear on the people and the work we are doing now. So that focuses around, are our job descriptions up to date? And do we have competency models for every layer on the organization chart and every silo on the organization chart? Why do we need that? Because job descriptions and competency models describe the kind of talent that we're trying to build and the nature of the successors we will need. So getting clear on the people and the work done now involves getting our job descriptions and our competency models up to date. The step beyond that is measure how well people are achieving their job description activities and duties and how well they are demonstrating the competencies that are aligned with their level on the org chart or their position on the silo on the organization chart. So that typically involves making sure our performance management system is up to date and is holding people accountable for the work they do. Because we don't want to promote people just because they're loyal workers or did a good job where they are. There's a difference between being good in your current job and being good when you are promoted. So in succession planning, we have to consider both issues. We want to promote only people who have been doing a good job where they are, but we also don't want to promote people just because they've done a good job. We also have to consider their ability to perform at the next higher level on the org chart. So beyond that step of performance management, the next step would be considering the future job demands and competency requirements. So that focuses on looking out, aligning with our strategic planning goals, and asking the question, what kind of people and what kind of jobs are we going to need over time to fully implement our strategic plan? And the implication is the kind of people we will need over time will change. Because business conditions change, because technology changes. So we have to consider getting people prepared for promotion based on a moving target. That's what I'm talking about. And we clarify that moving target by doing future oriented job descriptions and future oriented competency models. Then the next step, and what I believe may be the most important step of all in succession planning, is what I call potential assessment. There's a difference between assessing your performance in your current job and assessing your potential for a future job once you were promoted. So if we have a competency model and we have job descriptions, and those are geared toward the future, we can assess how well aligned you are, how well prepared you are for promotion at a point in time. And once we know how well you are prepared, we can then develop you. That brings in individual development plans. So when an individual development plan is met, that means you're promotion ready because you're in alignment with all of the requirements for the job at the next higher level on the organization chart. There are other things we do in getting people developed. One of those is very popular in companies. That's called gridding people on the 9-box grid. And you can look up 9-box grid. Much has been written, many videos about it. And it's used to identify the kind of development that we will undertake, what kind of investment we're willing to make in the development of the person based on their current job performance and their future promotion potential. Another thing we consider at that step is a talent review meeting where senior leaders may come together and look at the cream of the crop of the company, the high potentials, and decide what the company will do over the coming year to better prepare them to realize their potential and thereby be promotion ready. And the final step in the model is evaluating the model. How well is it working? I frequently get asked that question. How do we measure our succession plan? And sometimes I get the question, what is the ROI, the return on investment of succession planning? And I kind of shake my head because I did a research study where I interviewed CEOs of companies that were well known for the quality of their succession planning. And I asked them, how do you measure success? Not a single one of them mentioned ROI. They all said, we measure the success of our succession program in very practical terms. If a vacancy occurs in any job on the organization chart, we will look at the talent pool and say how many people are well qualified to be promoted into that job. And if we have a deep talent pool of many well-qualified people and we have to pick the best one, then we've got a good succession program. But if we have to scramble to recruit from outside the company and spend a lot of time, money, and effort doing that because we've got nobody in the talent pool, then our program is not passing muster. So that's the model. And if you are interested in learning more about succession planning, please have a look at my book, Effective Succession Planning. Thank you.